Greetings and welcome to another episode of Hope Strikes Back. I'm Zonner and I am joined this week by Tracy and Colin.
Hello.
What's up?
Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello, sir.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Aw.
Welcome back.
There's so much love in this room right now.
There is. There is. You know, it's a lovely day. You know,
it is a nice day.
We're coming off an epic, like dumping of snow over the last few weeks.
I had almost 2 feet at my house.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got lake effect, so I got pounded. It was insane.
And I was crying about the 4 inches I had to shovel.
You were crying about 4 inches?
I was. So was she.
No words.
That might be a record as to the earliest end of the podcast that we went off the rails.
All right, leave this speckle talk to later.
I resolved to not say the word schmeckle today.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
You just did it.
Just did.
Starting now.
So, speaking of resolving stuff, resolutions are something that a lot of people do. I generally don't. Do you guys make New Year's resolutions?
I mean, if you mean make them to break them, sure.
Make them to break them? Resolutions are made to be broken?
Yeah. I mean, I told myself, I'm going to get, fit starting right now.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have I jumped on a treadmill or worked out my arms this year?
They're not trampolines, dude. You don't jump on a treadmill.
Hey, I'll do what I want in my own free time, all right?
Maybe that's why it's not working. He's jumping up and down on this machine.
You jump on a treadmill, you're likely to get hurt, especially if it's turned on.
I heard that if I jump on a trampoline 1,000 times a day, I'll lose like 2 pounds a day.
That'd be cool.
Who told you that? What kind
The
of
internet.
What kind of witchcraft freaking voodoo nonsense is that, man?
Well, you're squatting when you land, and then you're straightening up as you go up. You're using your leg muscles to push.
Core,
yeah,
working your core.
I can see this.
Working that core, shaking that booty.
I don't have a core. People talk about strengthen your core. I'm like, what?
It's all.
Is that McDonald's gut?
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's what we all had for breakfast this morning. So
this was not a sponsored advertisement by McDonald's Incorporated.
It was not. But if McDonald's does want to sponsor Hope Strikes Back,
we'll take some of those Golden Arches dollars.
We will take some. I mean, we're not too picky. We're really not too picky. Dang, I'd even take like a McGriddle a week, give me one. That's like $2 a week, McDonald's. I think y'all can afford it.
Come on, pony up.
I saw the founder. I know how y'all do business.
Something completely unrelated. My grandparents' house, they own like tons of acres, and I was walking through there one day, and my uncles would have collected like all these random things. And so there's like these dead vehicles that are sitting up on the hill. There's who knows what.
Do they live in West Virginia? Or?
No.
Okay.
Good old Cave Junction. Middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden there's like 6 Mickey D's, like huge M's.
Wow, the signs.
And I'm just like, what the heck? Like,
those are probably worth some serious cash, dude.
People do collect McDonald's stuff, which
I don't know.
Weird,
they're like super faded now, and like,
dude, even more
rusted.
so. Get
the old the non-restored stuff usually goes for more.
Yeah, get the American Pickers guys out there.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Yeah,
give them a call. You could be on TV, Colin.
Could be rich.
They'll be out there. They'll be like, hey, don't have any old motorcycle parts or like, but you do have these vintage signs, and how about $300?
Colin will go, what about
5,000
right now?
And he'll be like, best I can do is like $800. Call and be like, we got a deal.
All right, fine.
All right.
You should resolve to get the American Pickers guys up to your grandparents.
That is a good resolution.
I like that. I try and do resolutions. I'm not always the best at them, but I try to do them.
I don't know if resolutions are just an American thing.
Probably.
I have lived overseas, and New Year's, of course, I was in a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really seem to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Maybe because, it was a third world country. But in the U.S., a lot of people like New Year's resolutions are a big deal. I've never gotten into them really. I think they're kind of dumb, personally, which isn't a popular opinion.
You cynic.
It's not a popular opinion. But what would you say the most popular New Year's resolutions are?
Exercise.
Exercise. Okay.
Lose weight or exercise.
Lose weight. Okay.
Probably clean eating.
Clean eating.
Spending less time on your phone.
Okay, so the top 10, and I'll just go down here. Okay. 71% of people in 2019 wanted to diet or eat healthier. Okay. That's the number one resolution in the U.S. Number 2 at 65% wanted to exercise more.
Okay.
Number 3, 54% want to lose weight.
Okay.
Number 4, 32% want to save more and spend less.
Okay.
26% want to learn a new skill or hobby. 21% want to quit smoking.
Okay.
17% of people want to read more. 16% want to find another job. 15% want to drink less alcohol. And number 10, 13% want to spend more time with family and friends.
So we're fat, broken, lonely.
So we're fat, broken, lonely is what it boils down to.
From this,
that's what we can glean from that.
America.
And now I do know one person who. It's probably about 10 years ago. He was telling me that his sister actually set a New Year's resolution to start smoking.
To start smoking.
And she was successful at that.
How old was she when she wanted to make this resolution?
I believe she was in her 20s.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know why anybody would want that. Because, this was like 2006, 2007, probably.
There's plenty of information
Did she become
about
an avid smoker.
She did. I think she was up to about a pack a day by the end of the year. So, yeah, I think her next resolution would probably be to
stop smoking.
find a job that will allow her to afford chemo treatments
that many smoke breaks.
So yeah, she needs more smoke breaks.
Every hour I'm heading outside.
But I literally had an employee that he would go outside every 30 minutes to smoke, and I was just like, can't do this.
Man.
There's no way you can sit here and spend every 30 minutes going outside to smoke,
right?
Because you're that stressed. First off, you work in the easiest IT office around. You're fixing a printer issue on occasion.
Dude, printers are hard.
IT load or PC load letter. What is that? I've seen Office Space. I know how dangerous those printers can be.
It's a paper jam, Colin.
Oh, got a little paper cut.
Do you know how hard it is sometimes to find those paper jams? There's so many open compartments.
That's true, but
it's like a puzzle box sometimes.
It tells you to remove the barrel.
What is the barrel?
Oh,
it's a printer. It doesn't have a barrel. This isn't a distillery we're working at.
Oh my.
But I mean, with all of the information we have about how dangerous it is and how addictive it is and all the things that can happen to you, I mean, I can see people who grew up in the 60s and 70s when we didn't have all this information that started smoking and now they're addicted and it's hard to quit.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid and my great aunt was in the hospital with a stroke and my great uncle, who had quit smoking for 2 years, got so stressed he went back to it after fighting and beating cancer. And it's that's how quickly you can get re-addicted. And so I can kind of see that. But for somebody in their 20s in the modern era going, I think I'm going to take up smoking, that just blows me away.
Yeah, it was amazing. And my friend was a smoker. And he looked, I said to him, why would she ever in a million years set that as a resolution? And he said, I've smoked a long time. He was in the military. He had been to war multiple times. I kind of understood why he smoked. Dude lived a stressful life. You get shot at. You need something to take the edge off. I get it. I'm not going to judge. He said, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen anybody do. And he said, and I've been in the military a long time. But all that being said, people are probably listening saying, okay, it's February.
Right. Why are we talking about
Why are we talking about resolutions? this is like something that people talk about in December leading up to January 1st or right after the new year.
Right.
Well, 30% of people that set resolutions don't even hit the 2-week mark.
I believe it.
They give up before January 15th. They're like,
Oh,
"No,
dude, the gym
I'm done."
is packed on January 2nd.
I get so pissed when I go to
January
the gym.
15th, and it's a ghost town again. Yeah.
Yep. I get so pissed when I go to the gym. I usually go to the gym about 9 o'clock at night, and so it's not as busy.
Right.
But you go to the gym at like 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock in the morning,
You can't find a machine.
and it's just packed. And then end of January, beginning of February rolls around, and it's back to normal.
Right.
And I'm okay with all those quitters. I'm okay with that because then I can have the treadmill that I like that doesn't slip when I run, and I can have.
Does it have that extra bounce for when you jump on it?
It doesn't. I really wish it did. Maybe I should see if
Trampoline treadmill.
Maybe I should see if they could get some springs
That would be
added
cool.
to it.
I recently saw this one Shark Tank episode, and instead of like your traditional like treadmill,
I know the one you're talking
created,
about.
like this weird like sandbag that sits underneath you, and you basically are like tied to the back of this post, and you're like pushing yourself forward, and you're just running in place, just going as fast as you can. And it's literally apparently like you're just running through sand.
And running through sand, walking through sand is exhausting.
Yeah.
Running through sand, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember that episode. The guy's like bungee cord to the wall, so you're literally leaning forward and trying to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens if the bungee cord breaks?
I don't know because
You just
so.
smack. You just fall flat on your face and you're done. And then lawsuits are done, and the sharks are like, "Why did I invest in this? I just lost 80% of my fortune." Stupid shark. Shouldn't have invested.
Well, so I resolved to go and do the Salt Lake Half Marathon in April.
Okay.
And January was rough, and I haven't been able to get to the gym as often. And I hate running on the treadmill. I'm an outside jogger.
Okay.
And I'm not a runner. I'm a jog walker. That's what I do.
Okay. You move though.
I do. And so I like to say I'm not built for speed, but I can go a good distance. And so April's coming up, April 14th or something, or 17th. It's middle of April. It's coming up fast. I'm going, oh crap. But the nice thing is that as long, because they're also doing the full marathon at the same time. And so they'll keep the finish line open. I have like a 3 hour and 15-minute cutoff for the half, and I don't think I'm going to make that time. So I'll just be on the sidewalk instead of on the street to finish it up, but I can still finish. So I'm like, you know what? I can still complete my resolution. I may not officially make the half marathon time, but I'll complete within the marathon time. So I'm okay.
That's cheating.
That's good that you're still like you're willing to still like keep that goal, even though you're not going to make it.
I'm not going to be
right away.
fast, but
Time you're still like pacing yourself and just being like, okay, I've got to still commit.
Yeah.
While a lot of people would just back off and just be like, I can't do this.
And
Like,
that's why I sign up for these runs, because I paid for it. So I'm like, if I'm paying money for it, I'm going to go freaking do it. But 2, it gives me a deadline. So it forces me to try and go out and get exercise, because it's so easy to come home at the end of the night and be like, I've had a long day at work. I just want to watch some Netflix, eat dinner, and go to bed. You know? I mean,
exactly. Well, and like, you talk about the deadlines and things like that, and I want to talk more about that in a second, but you don't give up. You're not just quitting there. You're saying, oh, well, I had a bad January. And we talked about how so many people give up 2 weeks in, but 80% of people by the end of January are done.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, I'm not doing any more here. There's nothing going on. I'm out. And they tap out 30 days in. And so by February 1st, you've only got 20% of these people who have set their resolutions. And so for those people who have already given up, how do you get back on track?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you just talked about something that's extremely important. You've got to set something that's extremely specific. You have a deadline. You've got money literally on the line. You put your money where your mouth is for it. And I think that's cool. That's actually one thing that I do. My daughter said, Dad, we need to do another 5K. I did a 5K a few years ago, and I hate to run. The only reason that I historically ran as a child was if I was in gym and I had the coach yelling at me, or if I was in danger of
the bullies.
I mean, that was really it. Or dogs or something,
I remember doing the 1 mile runs.
Oh, I hated those.
I would never complete them.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I ever did.
Well, I would complete them. I just
be late for your next
pretty
class.
much right?
Yeah. Same.
And it was just like I'm not built for this. Like yeah, cool. I'm doing push-ups like in gym class. I'm not prepared to go run a whole mile. Like I haven't done anything to get me to that point here.
Yeah.
Now, if
exactly.
you ask me to complete The Legend of Zelda, that I have no problem
100%.
doing.
Yeah.
I mean, Metroid, I got you. Running a mile, no, not so much.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. But I ran this 5K,
Right.
and my time was 35 minutes,
That's not bad.
and I was pretty happy.
That's
with
not bad
that.
at all.
My first 5K, and I was smack dab in the middle of everyone, and I was smack dab in the middle of men in my age group.
That's great.
And so I'm like, okay, I wasn't at the beginning, didn't think I'd be at the front, but I wasn't at the end, which
Right.
I was happy with. And my daughter said, okay, Dad, we need to run another 5K this year. And so we're looking for races that we can run. And she's never run one, so she's been running.
cool.
And we're trying to do this together. And we're looking for a good race that we can train for. And meanwhile, we're training for one so that we're ready when one pops up that we can do. But she said to me the other day, she said, Dad, the average time for a 5K is 24 minutes.
Wow.
And
Average for who? That's a 5-minute mile.
Yeah.
and that's
no, that's about an 8
that's
minute
an
mile.
8-minute
Excuse me,
mile.
8.5 minute, probably. Yeah.
And I said to her, I said, that's an 8-minute mile.
That's fast.
And she said, yeah, that is. She said, I ran my first 5K. And she did it this past week.
Uh-huh.
And she did it on the treadmill. And it took her like 43 minutes.
Still
And
not bad.
she looked like she was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching her do this. And I was so proud of her. And she was going to die. And her face was red. And she did so good. And I told her, I said, you did really good. She said, but that was 43 minutes and I did it as fast as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to cut that time in half if I'm going to be average. And I thought, you can't compare yourself to others. You've got to do what you need to do to be successful. And I think that comes into play with these resolutions. People compare themselves to everybody else.
Oh, not only that, but we compare each other to the supermodel.
We do.
You know, really quick. But the thing that I've learned doing these races, and I've done probably 8 or 9 half marathons now, and I'm usually towards the end, and I'm usually there by myself at the finish line or a few other people, but I don't care, because the thing I've learned, and it's really become kind of a life lesson for me, is that we're all running our own race and we're all running our own pace. There was one half marathon that I was doing, and there was a woman that it was Star Wars themed, and she had a shirt, and on the back of her shirt it said future Jedi in training, and she was pregnant. And I'm like, I can't let a pregnant woman beat me, but she did. But then after that, I'm like, you know what? We're all doing our own pace, our own speed. And the important thing is you finish.
Yeah.
She finished that 5K. How many other people would have been 20 minutes in and go, oh, you know what? I'm tired. This sucks. I'm out.
Yeah.
And she may have been exhausted and she may have thought that it was too long, but she finished that thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, and I remember doing my first 5K. I was chugging along and I hit, I don't know, maybe the halfway mark, and I thought, I'm done. I gotta walk for a minute. And so I walked for a minute, and I remember people running by me that I was in front of.
Right.
And they're like running by me saying, come on, you can do it.
Right.
Keep going. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, of course I can do it because I paid the money and I'm not going to not do it. So yes, I will do it. But yeah, I think it's so cool that, you know, people in those situations, while they may be competitive and while they may be out to beat everybody,
Yeah.
they still have decency and try and encourage others along the way too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's such an important thing is that support. Because when you're out training by yourself in the gym, it's just you in the gym, or when I'm out on the road, it's just me in the road. But when you're in a race, people, I mean, like I'm encouraging other people. I'm like, okay, guys, we're at mile 9. We got this. You know, and other people are going, you got this. Come on, keep going. And it really is just this support that really buoys you. The other thing I would recommend too is if you're interested, go out and volunteer at one of these races, because those volunteers make such a big difference to us as runners or us as joggers
or
walkers. Because there
sound
are
like a
people
bunch of zombies out there.
Sometimes it feels like that.
It looks like it too sometimes.
But I mean, these people are like giving you water and Gatorade or these little energy beans or little jelly beans that have the gel stuff in it. It's candied meth. But they're giving you water going, come on, you can do this. And then there's people at the end giving you the medals, congratulating you. And then some people just show up on the course to hold up signs and cheer for, and they're like, go random stranger, go. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So if you really want to volunteer for something, that's a cool thing to do. Yeah.
And on that note too, so I do a YouTube channel called Idiot Box, and we do a bunch of video sketches. Well, we haven't done it in like a year or two, but we used to help out this one 5K Geek Out running. They did this like huge Harry Potter run, and so we went and we decided, and they wanted us to come out and just do our thing and just kind of interact with the runners as they're going and try to get them a little hyped up, and you know, we would just have one of our guys just go up and start running right next to him with the mic, start asking him, like grilling him with Harry Potter questions or asking them something like completely ridiculous and trying to get their responses. And there were some people who like, they would not have it. They were like,
I'm here to run.
Zone. They were just like, they would just like speed up in that moment and just like, great, we're getting you a faster time.
Yeah,
that's what we're here for.
You're welcome.
There's others that were just like walking, and we were like encouraging them and you know, just keeping them going. And
that's
as
cool.
they would come around the next time, we would start up that conversation again. Just be like, hey, what's going on? How you feeling now?
How'd that last laugh treat you?
Well, and you know, we've talked a lot about running and stuff because that's something that we all have experience with.
Right.
But
I don't have experience with running.
But these principles, they don't necessarily finish there. You know, if you are trying to save money, if you're trying to eat healthy, get yourself a support group. Do it with a buddy. You know, it's really hard.
That accountability.
If you're trying to lose weight and eat healthy, it's really hard to do so if you are constantly going out with the fellas every night and eating greasy, disgusting food, then pounding beers and everything else that's just not good for your body.
Right.
And so, you know, surround yourself with those individuals. And if you're trying to save money, you know, don't put yourself with people who are constantly, hey, you know,
let's go to lunch today.
Yeah, I know you're broke, but hey,
you want to go on vacation with me?
That's what credit cards are for, bro.
Yep.
So surround yourself with those support groups. And if, you know, you fell off the wagon, if you started that resolution and you're like, this is the year, 2019 is the year that a bird just flew into the window.
Yes, it did.
But
may he rest in peace.
That happens a lot here. But, you know, if 2019 is going to be your year that you're going to make that change in whatever aspect it is, you know, maybe this is the year that you're going to lose 20 pounds, or this is the year that you're going to pay off that credit card that's got $50,000 in debt, or you're going to pay off your student loan, or, you know, you're going to buy your house, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
If you've fallen off the wagon here in the last 6 or 7 weeks or however long it's been, you don't need to stay off the wagon.
I saw a meme and it said January was a long year. New Year's resolution starts now.
January was a hell of a long year. Oh my gosh.
So it's a new year in February, so we'll just start now.
There's actually a billboard coming into Salt Lake that says, I just completed my 1-year diet in 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Oh, Jeez, that's how it feels, man.
But-
January was rough.
But you know what? Just pick yourself up. Today's a new day. Go get it done.
And that's the thing, just do the best. Every day is a new day. And if you do better today than you did yesterday, that's all you got to do.
Absolutely.
That's all you got to do. Last night, I was working with Colin on some stuff last night, and I had every intention of going to the gym. And I told him this about 9:45. I had plans. I was going to go to the gym, and we got busy working on stuff. And at about 10 o'clock, 10:15, I looked at him and I said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it to the gym tonight. And I ended up not going to the gym. And I ended up not going to bed at a reasonable hour. And I went to bed at about 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. And I got up at 6 a.m. and shoveled 4 inches of snow. And then...
There was your workout.
There you go.
You got it in.
Yeah.
Well...
You knew you were going to... As I'm supporting your bad habits.
all morning long, all I could think of as I'm shoveling snow is, I'm going to the gym tonight. I got to make up for last night, plus I got to do tonight. I got to be better today than I was yesterday.
There you go.
I'm not looking at it as, well, I didn't go to the gym yesterday, so screw it. I'm not going today.
Right.
It's resolution's done. Not that I made a resolution, but I could take that attitude.
Sure.
But no, I'm gonna. The restaurant I want to go to dinner tonight is next door to the gym, so I'm going to the gym. And the beauty part about it, they sell keto food at the restaurant that I go to.
There you go.
And that's why I'm going to the restaurant after I go to the gym.
Good for you. Good for you.
So yeah, listener, let us know what you think about resolutions. Do you guys set them? If you do, what are your resolutions? And have you kept them? Let us know. Send your feedback to us at feedback@hopestrikesback.com. And go ahead and give us a follow on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hope Strikes Back. And if you like what you're doing, tell your friends and leave us a review wherever you are listening. And until next time, be good to each other.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to make a resolution right here.
Right here after I just ended the show.
Yeah, right after
I just ended the show.
Yeah.
Show's over.
Well, you didn't give me a chance.
No, I didn't.
This is the post-credit Marvel. This is like in the Marvel movies. This is the post-credit scene.
All right.
End credit scene.
All three of us will run a 5K by the end of the year.
Together. That would, I mean,
I'm not holding your hand while we do it.
That's fine. I'll hold Tracy's.
Can we skip?
Yeah.
I don't
see why not.
Dude, I can barely run, but I will run. You're on.
I like this. Okay.
Done.
All right. And it's on the record.
It's on the interwebs.
Oh, sorry. I stopped the recording. Oh,
darn it.
You're on.
Dill.
You're on.
Dill.
All right.
Okay, now we're
can end the show now.
We're really ending.
You have my permission.
So until next time, listener, be good to each other.
Good night.
Hasta luego.